NXT tonight. Good show tonight, man. Man, I was really impressed with that Bronson Reed versus Isaiah Swerve Scott match. My God, did that lit a fire on NXT last night. I don't know about that Breezango versus Young Grizzled match. I think the Young Grizzled did more. I think the Young Veterans did more than the Breezangos in the ring. They did more than the team of Breezango. So, folks, I got your NXT results. We got Bronson Reed versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. We got the Young Grizzled Veterans versus Breezango. And we got the Zaya Lee and Boa video package. We got the Mercedes Martinez versus Rita Riaz. I don't know if y'all realize Rita Riaz had her name changed. I don't know why. This is typical WWE fucking name changing creative. Stupid. Only stupid Vince and Bruce would change anybody's name on the fucking roster. Doesn't get any fucking worse than that. Then we got Pete Dunne versus Roger Strong. And we got Finn Balor addressing Kyle O'Reilly. Cross and Priest brawling. We got Raquel Gonzalez. We got the story behind Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Riaz. Oh, not Rhea Riaz, but Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley. And then we got the return of Lucha House Party, which I don't know why. What the hell are they even doing on NXT? We got them going up against the stable Legado del Fantasma. And we got Johnny Gargano versus Leon Ruff. Ladies and gentlemen, we got all of that. And I have your NXT results. We're going to go over it all right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel.
Upgrade to watch videos ad-free.
Again, we're going to go over it all right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brennan, and I'm back here with your December the 30th, 2020 NXT review. So before we get started, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. Follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. Follow me on Twitch at Ingram Wrestling News, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I am desperately getting close to 200. So please hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notifications. Very important. Very important to have those notifications on at all times. Especially if you want to see more Call of Duty content on the channel. And some Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 content on my channel as well. And much more. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with the review. So we got NXT kicking off with Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed. So we got that match kicking off. We got Reed and Scott locking up. Reed gets Scott in a headlock and reverses into an attempt arm bar. And I think I know what my new music intro is going to be for my SmackDown review, and it's going to be this one. Anyways, Reed takes Scott down in a headlock and wrenches away at him. Scott fights to his feet and reverses into an attempt armbar. Reed picks up Scott, goes for a powerbomb. Scott escapes and Reed hits him with a senton to the back, followed by a clothesline to the outside. Reed hits a shoulder tackle from the apron onto Scott on the outside. Reed tosses Scott back into the ring. Scott hits a chop block and a house call on Reed. Reed rolls out of the ring and Scott hits a running knee to Reed on the apron. Scott taunts Reed with a crouch chop, some sort. So once he taunts Reed with crotch chops, Scott pins Reed for the 2. Scott hits a diving elbow to Reed's back, pinning him again for 2. Both men get to their feet, and Scott tries to pick Reed's leg. Reed blocks him and picks up Scott for a powerbomb. Scott escapes and runs at Reed. Reed lifts a leg up, but Scott blocked and hit a rolling thunder flatliner, pinning Reed again for 2. Scott focuses on Reed's left leg and knee, but Reed fights Scott off. Scott slaps Reed a few times, then hits him in the knee. Hits him in the knee. So then Scott runs the ropes, but Reed catches him. Scott tries to roll Reed up, but Scott sits on Scott. Reed sits on Scott, pinning him for 2. Reed takes Scott back down with forearms and a running elbow strike. Reed hits a splash on Scott in the corner, then hits a choke slam on Scott, pinning him for 2. Reed picks up Scott and goes for a German suplex. But Scott gets to the ropes and hits Reed with a headbutt. Reed looks angry, and he takes Scott down with a tackle, followed by a senton. Reed hits the tsunami. That's what I call it, the tsunami on Scott, pinning him for the win. Now, let me remind you all that Scott actually had his attire on. Yes, he actually had his heel attire on. So, Scott's new mannerisms and attire confirms his heel turn, first debuting on the show. So, my thoughts and comments on this match. This was a fine match, if slightly underwhelming. Scott losing so early into his new attitude would be more harmful had it not been against someone with a quantifiable advantage that Reed possesses. Now, folks, check this out. There were a couple of glimpses of quality throughout this match. However, for the most part, it was fairly pairing by numbers. Reed and Scott need something sizable to sink their teeth into and to evaluate their character to the next level, as both have had really only one major feud since becoming a weekly NXT roster member, and it has left them feeling rather unimportant or stagnant. Makes me wonder what happened with the Jake Atlas and Scott feud. Didn't Jake Atlas and Scott, weren't Jake Atlas and Scott feuding on NXT about 1 or 2 weeks ago? Wonder what happened to that feud. It's almost like that one week Jake Atlas defeated Scott. That next week, after that, Scott defeated Jake Atlas, and then it's almost like the Jake Atlas and the Isaiah Swerve Scott feud's gone. It's almost like it disappeared. It's almost like it disappeared, man. Jesus Christ! Somebody give me some paint. I feel like painting something. Seriously, what is going on here? I don't get it. They go from feuding Scott with Jake Atlas to now scrapping the feud as if the feud has went nowhere. They went from doing that to now putting Scott in the feud with Bronson and Rita. Now I was hoping we'd get a Jake Atlas versus Isaiah Swerve Scott for New Year's Evil or some sort. Because, I mean, they were feuding. I wonder if this was going to lead to their final match. For their final feud. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But, solid match between Reed and Scott. Anyways, moving on. So we go backstage to Warrior Ringo presenting the award for Breakout Star of the Year. The winner is Shotzi Blackheart. So Shotzi cuts a promo about the year that she has had. She's had a good year. She hasn't had a sloppy year. She's had a good year. Not too bad. Can't say nothing bad about her. Can't complain about her. She has done good. She hasn't done bad not one time. Her persona's really good. Her in-ring ability is really good. Not sure about her promos, but her in-ring skills pretty good though. But performing in the Royal Rumble and leading a War Games team. So we got a commercial break. Back from commercial break, The Way and Leon Ruff with Jake Atlas are shown arriving backstage. What is Jake Atlas doing with Leon Ruff? I thought Jake Atlas is again, Bruce. I thought Jake Atlas is supposed to be feuding with Isaiah Swerve Scott. Why is Jake Atlas with Leon Ruff? He's not involved with the Johnny Gargano and Leon Ruff feud. Well, now he is, because now they put him in there. Great. Must be WWE creative doing this sort of shit. Or Vince and Bruce. It's got to be Vince and Bruce doing this shit. This has got to be part of Vince and Bruce's involvement with NXT, man. They're still... This right here is enough to tell us that Vince and Bruce are still involved with NXT. This is enough to tell us right here. This has definitely got to be enough to tell us, bro. Oh my God. How could you possibly fuck up a Jake Atlas and Isaiah Swerve Scott feud? How could you possibly scrap a feud? How could you possibly forget about a feud like that on TV? Are you serious? Are you serious, Bruce? How? I don't understand this. Why didn't they turn Isaiah Swerve Scott when they started feuding? They should have turned Isaiah Swerve Scott heel a long time ago. Should have did it when he started feuding with Jay Atlas, not after he feuds with Jay Atlas. What the heck? What kind of sense does this make? Now he's lost to Bronson Reed, which is not making him look good on the freaking NXT roster. Now he's going to get brainwashed and buried just like Bray Wyatt. Just like the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. I'll be so glad when Vince gets removed from WWE and Bruce gets fired. Seriously, man. This is just fucking ridiculous. Or this had to be the idea of Triple H or Shawn. Or Road Dogg, maybe, perhaps. Makes me think. So we got Breezango versus, or should I say makes me wonder. Anyways, we got Breezango versus the young Grizzled veterans. Now, I originally thought when the young Grizzled veterans returned, I thought they were going to turn face, but they're heels. So, where does this lead Arnie Larkin and Danny Burch? I mean, they're heels too, right? What the hell's going on with the tag team division right now? Something ain't right about NXT, man. Good show tonight, but still something's not right about this show. Something's not right about this brand, man. It's kind of feeling like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown now, dude. It really is. Seriously, man. For more than 8 years, these shows have been bad. I mean, come on. If you don't know what's going on in the WWE by now, then you gotta be the most stupidest buffoon I've ever seen in the community. Seriously. It takes smartness to know what's going on in the WWE. Seriously. It really does. No shit. It takes somebody who actually watches WWE ever since they're little to know what's going on in WWE. I've watched WWE ever since I was little. I know what's going on in the WWE. And you got all these fucking geeks in the community talking about so, oh, you don't know this. You don't know that. You don't know what's going on in WWE. You're just shitting on WWE. Well, there's a reason why me and everybody else in the community is shitting on WWE, because they are fucking morons. Just like Vince and Bruce are fucking morons. They don't know what they're doing with these fucking shows. They don't know what they're doing with the rosters. Heck, they don't even know what they're doing with their own fucking pay-per-views. Never mind fucking rosters. They can't even produce or write either. Which is enough to let us know they need to get fired. Seriously. Not to mention, they still haven't given us what we wanted on Raw and SmackDown. Every week, Raw and SmackDown has just been complete garbage, man. All because of two individuals. Once again, Bruce and Pritchard and Vince McMahon. I tell you, man, it's always something all the time, man. With this company, it's always something all the time with this product, man. It never gets fucking new, or it never gets old. Should I say? It never gets fucking old, man. It really doesn't. Oh boy, never gets old. I was wondering why I had that like that. Yeah, it never gets fucking old, dude. It never gets old. So yeah, we got the Breezango versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. So we got James Drake and Tyler Breeze starting the match. Drake takes Breeze down and gets him in a headlock. Breeze fights to his feet and takes Drake down with a wrist lock. Then we got Drake trying to escape, but Breeze grounds him. Breeze tags in Fandango, who apparently takes Drake down with a shoulder tackle. Fandango hits an arm drag on Drake, but Drake gets to his feet and tags in Zach Gibson. Gibson goes for a power slam on Fandango. Ever thought I'd be saying this name again? But Fandango reverses into a headlock takedown. During this match, we're told that the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is returning in 2 weeks. Back in the ring, Drake and Breeze are in the ring. Drake hits a scoop slam on Breezango. Or Breeze. Pinning him for 2. Drake follows it up with a snapmare and a knee to the back. So then Drake locks in a headlock, but Breeze fights to his feet. Drake pins Breeze into his corner and tags in Gibson. Breeze escapes to his corner and tags in Fandango. Fandango hits an inverted atomic drop and a clothesline on Drake and rolls up Gibson for 2. Breeze tags in, and Fandango and Breeze hit a double kick to Gibson's head. Breezango go for the fashion fix pass, but Gibson blocks. Gibson attacks Fandango, and Drake is also sent out. So Breeze hits a dive onto all 4 men to the outside, and they go to commercial break. Gibson and Fandango are in the ring when they come back from commercial. Fandango is on the top rope, and Gibson hits a dragon screw, taking him to the mat. Gibson pins him for 2 multiple times. Gibson gets back to it and hits. He hits his feet. He gets back to his feet and hits a scope slam on Fandango. Then tags in James Drake. Drake goes to the outside and tries to pull Fandango. Fandango kicks Drake away, and Drake tags Gibson back in as Breeze comes in. Breeze takes out Gibson and Drake. Drake tags in, and Breeze goes for a dive onto both men. But they move, and Breeze crashes Fandango, takes out Gibson, and Drake tosses Breeze into the corner. Gibson sends Fandango into the steel steps, leaving no one for him to tag. Zach Gibson tags in, and they hit the ticket to mayhem on Breeze, pinning him for 3. From a logical storytelling, this match and result made sense. Grizzled Young Veterans seem to be the ascent to the top of the tag team division. However, who they will take on remains to be seen. So our current champions are heels, but they are also missing their leader, with Maxie set to be off of TV for several months, and this making a feud between the 2 teams unlikely, folks. I would assume the Grizzled Young Veterans will go deep into the Dusty Classic next year in an attempt to regain the momentum the team had pre-COVID-19. Additionally, from a semantics perspective, if you want me to understand and realize that a team are dominant and menacing, well, folks, don't give them the classic jobber entrance. As for Breezango, I feel like 2021 is the year we finally see to remerge nearly a decade after being repackaged as Fandango. That's what I think. Anyways, that's my thoughts and comments on this match here. Going forward, I think the Dusty Rhodes Classic will be good. It'll be alright. Probably wouldn't be too bad. Anyways, Everrise comes down to the ramp and shout, and Grizzled Young Veterans. They shout at the Grizzled Young Veterans. The referee holds them back, but the referee eventually leaves. Now, why would he leave? I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is leading to. But the Grizzled Young Veterans stare down Everrise, and Everrise run off to the back. I'm guessing we're going to get Grizzled Young Veterans versus Everrise sometime. Maybe in the Dusty Rhodes Classic, maybe in 2 weeks, I don't know. If they book that match, Everrise is going to lose anyway. I mean, aren't they not on the losing streak on NXT? I mean, Oh, man. Anyways. Not to mention they're on the 205 Live roster. Anyways. Royal Rumble announces that Undisputed Era win the Tag Team of the Year. All 4 members of the Era are backstage accepting their award. Adam Cole announces that Cole himself and Roger Strong will be representing Undisputed Era in the Dusty Classic in 2021. I'm seeing the duo of Adam Cole and Roger Strong for. Now, are we going to see Roger Strong turn on the Undisputed Era again after Dusty Rhodes Classic? I'm just joking. But remember when Roger Strong turned on Pete Dunne? Are we going to see Roger Strong turn on Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era after Dusty Rhodes Classic? Or however it's going to happen. Leave me a comment down in the section below if you think Roger Strong's going to turn on Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era at Dusty Rhodes Classic. The Undisputed Era breakup storyline should be coming around the corner by now. It should be getting here by now. And I guarantee you, that's probably when Pat McAfee will probably be back, more than likely. If not, it is going to be several months. But I think less than several months, this Undisputed Era breakup storyline would have probably started already. So, anyways, back from commercial break. There's more training of the. There's more training from Boa and Xia Li. Their old man trainer marks the foreheads of Lee and Boa with a black paint of some sort. Then a mask reminiscent of the great Kabuki appears, and a hooded figure walks into the light, followed by Boa and Lee. Then we see the words next week. I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. I really am. I wonder how good this storyline really is going to be. First of all, you all should know the drill by now. Some people don't like to speculate about this. Some podcasters, some journalists, some people don't like to speculate about this creative story, but rather simply appreciate it. I simply appreciate it, folks. It's a great storyline. It's been doing good since it started. New Year's Eve is the perfect review for the new Boa and Xia Li alongside the likely Karen Q. Remember, I did an Ingram Wrestling News video on what's going on with Boa and Xia Li. Remember that? If you haven't checked that out, you need to go check it out now. You're not going to believe what I know. You're not going to believe what information I had on Boa and Xia Li. I came up with my own ideas to what's going to happen. Came up with my own freaking prediction as what's going to happen to Boa and Xia Li. Without anybody's help, I came up with my own prediction, man. That's how you know I'm not a copycat. I ain't no copycat like these fucking communities. People in the community, man. I find ways to make my channel better. I find ways to make my videos better. I find ways to say different things, you know, when it comes to my reviews and to my live streams, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, folks, I think New Year's Eve is the perfect review for the new Boa and Xia Li alongside the likely Karen Q. NXT filed several new trademarks that include possible new names for Xia Li and Boa. That news came from Ringside News. I got news. I had got news from them on that. But, folks, to tell you the truth about it, I really don't want to spoil that. But I really don't want to spoil that, so I want y'all to actually wait till New Year's Eve to see what's gonna happen. That's why I don't want to spoil you, because I want to actually wait myself to see what's gonna happen. So we will see, man. We will see. We will absolutely see, man. Really. But I think they're doing a really good job with this storyline, man. Really. But don't forget, again, Xylee and Boa have new names. Karen Q has new names. Now, the spoiler alert on the WWE file trademark for 10 Shia and more. I thought I'd give y'all this piece of information, this piece of important information that I found on the internet. Not specifically from inside the ropes, but found on the internet. I found this on the internet. So, a per Fightful WWE filed. According to Fightful, folks. That's what I mean by per Fightful, according to Fightful. So, according to these guys, WWE filed for 5 new ring names on December the 24th. So, check this out. These include a trio of designations thought to be for the trio of Xia Boa, and Karen Q. I'll be fucking damned. Look at that. I was fucking right. I was right. I knew Karen Q was going to be pairing herself with Xia and Boa. I said that on my Ingram Wrestling News videos. On the video, not the news video, but the video on what's going on with Boa and Xia. If you go to my channel, you go to where it says uploads, you keep going, or either go to where it says uploads or go to videos. If you see a title where it says what's going on with Boa and Xia, you click on that, you listen to it. I'm telling you what I know. You're gonna want to have a listen to it, man. You're gonna be shocked of a prediction that no one could ever come up with besides me. A prediction that only Ingram Wrestling News himself came up with. You're gonna be surprised. Seriously, man. You are really going to be surprised. As a matter of fact, I may actually share something like, I hate to spoil you all, but WWE filed trademarks for and more. Something like that. I don't know. But, yeah. They filed for 5 new ring names on December 24th. These include a trio of destinations through to be the trio of Xylee, Boa, and Karen Q. The 5 names WWE have applied for the rights to are Nash Carter. What the fuck? Nash Carter. Okay. Weiss Lee, Tane Shaw, Shi-Han, and Shi-Zui. The latter trifecta of labels are those speculated to be for the Chinese duo who have gone through a career overhaul on the black and gold brand. It sounded like I said back. Funny. Anyways, yeah. So this again, it's a Chinese duo who have gone through a career overhaul on the black and gold brand in the past few months. The effort to remake Xia Li, Boa, and Karen Q has involved several vignettes of Lee and Boa being punished by their wise old sage before the elder was attacked by a figure thought to be Q. Prior to the miniature movies, Xylee's bouts had been disrupted by Boa and the aged mentor who sent the graphic of a dragon around the Capitol Wrestling Center. So at the time of the writing, there was no hint as to who Nash Carter and Weasley will be assigned to, with a host of new recruits, a possibility including Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and the much hyped Alex Zane. So that's your spoiler alert for the WWE File trademark for a 10 shot and more. If you have any questions about that, please comment down the section below. I will answer them. Feel free to do it. So yeah. I think this is a good story mode. I'm interested to see how this Boa and Xylee storyline is going to go going towards New Year's Evil. It's a good video package by Xylee and Boa though. Really good. Really, really good, man. Really good. New Year's Evil is the perfect review, man. Really is. Alright. Moving on. So after we got the Boa and Xylee video package, I'm trying to remember what we got after that. What did we get after that? Oh, we got Mercedes Martinez versus Rita Riaz, known as Valentina Feroz. Now, why did WWE change Rita Riaz's name remains to be seen. Remains to be unknown. I guess it remains to be a mystery, apparently. I don't have the answers or the information as to why they changed Rita Riaz's name. I guess for the same reason they changed Xylee, Boa, and Karen Q's name. Now, this actually sucks because Rita Riaz would have been a better name for her. It was a better name for her. Makes me wonder if WWE's been stalking her Instagram, thinking, should we change her name? Knowing them, ain't no telling what this product's doing, man. This product's fucked up in every way, man. Seriously. This company has fucked up, and Vince McMahon and Bruce don't even realize it. So yeah, we got Mercedes. Perfect combination there, man. Not only their names is pretty cool, but they're I killed it there. Thought I did good there, man. Mercedes Martinez versus Rita Riaz. Man, I did good there. So this was a good squash match for Mercedes Martinez for multiple reasons, because apparently she seems to be getting a NXT title shot. So she's the next in line to challenge Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. So Feroz, known as Riaz, goes to take down Martinez, but she kicks her off. Feroz rolls away from Martinez, but she picks up Feroz and tosses her hand. I wish it said hand. I'm just joking. Anyways, tosses her hard to the mat. Martinez picks up Feroz and hits her with a forearm smash and chokes her against the middle rope. Martinez goes for a suplex, but Feroz reverses into a chokehold. Martinez runs her into the corner, then hits a spine buster on Feroz. Martinez taunts Feroz, then smacks her in the face. Feroz tries to roll up Martinez, but she blocks and hits an overhaul belly-to-belly suplex. Martinez picks up Feroz and hits an air raid crash, pinning her for the win. And that was it. So Martinez stares down the camera and says that every woman on the roster is on her radar. Meaning she has put the NXT women's locker room unnoticed. Wow, some bold words from Martinez there. She better be careful what she wishes for. Because anybody from the NXT roster can snatch her and bam, like that, she loses. Not much to say here, folks. All I could say is, man, it is great to see Martinez back on the black and gold brand, considering how bad she was wasted and buried on the main roster on Monday Night Raw. I mean, there was nothing. There was no plans for her on Monday Night Raw. I'm glad she actually got sent back to NXT. She needed to get the hell out of there, man. Now, if they can send Shane Thorne, Dominique Dijakovic back to NXT, I think they would be all right too. I think Mercedes Martinez is ultimately going to lose the NXT Women's Championship title to Io Shirai. I mean, how are you going to send Mercedes Martinez back to NXT and then put her in the title shot? I mean, first of all, what did she ever do to deserve a title shot? She did nothing but win one match. She only won one match. So I ask again, WWE, why are you giving Mercedes Martinez a title shot when she just came from a fucking beating from the main roster? For fuck's sake, she was a member of Retribution. She got wasted and buried on Monday Night Raw on TV every Monday night. And now you're sending her back to NXT to give her a title shot? Oh, you're only giving her a title shot because she became a member of Retribution? Really? How stupid do you think we look? Bruce and Vince? Really? Mean to tell me you're sending her back to NXT because you realize that you fucked up? You realize that you messed up her main roster run? And then you realize, not to mention, you realize the fact that you changing Martinez's name was a dumb idea. Was the dumbest creative decision you've ever did. Right? Also, you gave her a name, Retaliation, right? Is that her name? Retaliation! How stupid does that sound? Who would want to name their WWE superstar that name? I'll tell you who. Nobody. Because the name sounds dumb and it makes no sense. Just like Vince and Bruce don't make sense. Just like the lowest viewership in history, the lowest Raw viewership in history doesn't make sense. Just like the lowest ratings in history on Monday Night Raw doesn't make sense. Just like WWE Creative doesn't make sense sometimes. I mean, they do good, but sometimes they don't make sense. And management does bad to themselves sometimes. But it's mainly Bruce and Vince, though, seriously, to be honest. But back to what I said about Martinez. Great to see Martinez back on the black and gold brand. This was a good way to remind us how dominant she can be. But putting her in one match, is it simply going to be enough? Why would you put her in one match and then put her in line? Why would you, while she's in line to challenge Io Shirai, why would you put her in a match? Why would you even give her a title shot? But still, good way to remind us how dominant she can be. Hopefully, they'll get Martinez in a meaty and interesting feud similar to what we got between Martinez and Ripley prior to her brief Retribution call-up. Yeah, I wonder how WWE's going to do with Martinez this time. Are they going to fuck her up this time, or are they going to use her right on TV? That remains to be seen. We'll see. We'll see. Given that Bruce and Vince is involved with NXT, I can't trust it. I can't trust it. I can't trust it one bit, man. I can't. Really. Unreal how they fucking fucked her up on the main roster, man. It really. Not only that, they killed 5 NXT talents on the roster, including her, Shayna Thorne, Mia Yim. Oh, who's the other one? Oh, Theo Madden and Dominic Dijakovic. All 5 NXT talents killed on the main roster. Buried, just like that. I can't believe it, dude. Unreal. I'm glad she got the heck out of there, dude. Oh my god. Aleister Black needs to, the one that needs to leave WWE. He's the one that needs to get the heck out of there, man. And then he wanted to go back to NXT. Remember when he wanted to go back to NXT? Remember when he requested that he wanted to go back? Yeah, Vince McMahon denied it just like that. Nope. He said, nope, you're not going back to NXT because your wife decided to make a mistake and ultimately get herself fired. That's Vince McMahon right there. Oh my god. How mean and disrespectful that is, man. It just, till this day, I still feel bad for Aleister Black, man. They really need to send him back to NXT, seriously. If they're not going to do that, if they're going to keep Aleister Black off TV like that, they need to send this guy back to NXT. Seriously, this is ridiculous. Use your fucking brains, WWE. You know you're keeping the man on TV because you didn't like the fact that Zelina Vega had a OnlyFans page, right? Anyways, I'm moving on. William Regal gets ready to present the award for Female Competitor of the Year. Io Shirai wins the award. Io cuts a selfie promo, thanking everyone who voted for her. Oh yeah, Io Shirai absolutely deserves that award, man. She has defended the title. She has become a fighting champion. She continues to be a fighting champion. That's what we need in the women's division, a fighting champion. We don't need the android. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Charlotte Flair or nothing, but we don't need the same person winning the title again. I mean, sort of like what we seen in that Asuka Charlotte versus Shayna Baszler Nia Jax. We seen Charlotte winning another title, but she hasn't won that title though. She's never won a tag team title, so I gotta give her credit. Can't shit on her for that. But the fact that she's back has a lot of people happy, and the fact that she's back has a lot of people unhappy. Because they know what JD said on his podcast about Charlotte Flair was true. So, after Regal presented the Female Award Competitors of the Year to Io Shirai, Warren Regal presented the Male Competitor of the Year award to none other than Adam Cole, baby! He did. Cole accepts the award, and he says how he said that he was going to win this award again this year, and he did. He says that winning this award 2 years in a row means a lot, but Kyle O'Reilly becoming NXT champion next week will mean even more. So we are told that voting for the overall competitor of the year between Adam Cole and Io Shirai is now open. Also, Roger Strong and Pete Dunne are shown backstage getting ready for their match, which is right after a commercial break. Back from commercial, and Pete Dunne is already on his way to the ring. So we got Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne. Roger Strong versus Pete Dunne was a hard-hitting match, man, with two styles in the ring. Let's be honest, haven't we seen this match before, though? I just want to question that for a minute. Man, I'm pretty sure we have. Pretty sure we've seen it. Anyways. So, we got Strong taking Dunne down and punches away at him in the head and kneeling him in the midsection. So then Strong chops away at Dunne, then takes him down with a headlock. Strong runs the ropes and takes Dunne down with a sliding clothesline. So then Strong lays into Dunne, but Pete Dunne picks Strong's leg, then gets on him and locks him in a headlock. So then Dunne runs the ropes and Strong takes him down with a drop kick. Strong chops away at Dunne, but Dunne takes him down into a head scissors submission attempt. Dunne transitions into a focus on Strong's left arm. Then Strong picks up Dunne and drops him against the ropes. And Dunne releases the hold. Dunne dumps Strong to the outside. And Dunne kicks Strong in the head. Dunne tosses Strong back in the ring. Strong fights Dunne off and hits a backbreaker on Dunne. So then Dunne rolls to the outside and Strong has a wrecking ball dropkick on Dunne, sending Dunne over the barricade. And they go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Dunne is in control. He's whipping Strong hard into the turnbuckle. Dunne goes for an abdominal stretch. Strong gets to his feet in the corner. Dunne pushes him into a seated position. Strong gets back up and kicks at Dunne. Then runs at Dunne and hits him with a drop kick. Both men get back to their feet as Strong takes Dunne down with a clothesline and a running knee. Strong hits Dunne with his running forearm, smashes into an Olympic slam, covering Dunne for 2. Dunne rolls out of the ring and Strong follows. Dunne tosses Strong into the steel steps. Dunne goes for the bitter end. Strong reverses and hits a full Nelson slam into Dunne on the apron. Dunne pins Strong for 2. Strong hits an enziguri and goes for a powerbomb into his own knee. Strong pins Dunne for 2. Strong picks up Dunne, but Dunne rolls Strong down and goes for a triangle choke. Strong punches away at Dunn until Dunn releases the hold. So then Strong goes for the stronghold, but Dunn fights him off. Dunn grabs Strong's fingers and snaps them, then hits the bitter end on Strong, pinning him for the win. Now, the match itself, folks, never really kicked into the high gear. Now, I know and you all know that both competitors are capable of, and that prevented me fully getting invested in it. However, folks, this was a great way to pay reference to the 2017 Classic, the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and advertise the upcoming tournament. Initially, this continues to build to Dunne as a WWE main event regular. In other words, WWE NXT main eventer. As much as I have said in the on my previous NXT review, that I am certain either Cole turns on Kyle at New Year's Evil or Kyle when Dunne is either the one to dethrone the Prince, because he is arguably the best in ring talent in NXT right now. So yeah, there you go. So we got Finn Balor addressing Kyle O'Reilly. So we got that coming up. But William Regal announces the match of the year. Finn Balor defending his NXT Championship against Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 31. So that wins the award. Balor grabs Kyle's award and says that he'll give it to him next week. On his way, Pete Dunne stops him on his way and says that he wants to face Finn for the title. Finn says a lot of people want to face him, and he tells Dunne to get in line. Finn gets in the ring and they go to commercial break. Back from commercial, and we get a video package hyping up the fight pit match between Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa next week. Finn Balor is in the ring with his belt on the mat. And the Golden Bell Award next to it. Finn picks his belt back up, but stares at the bell. He talks about his match with Kyle was a surprising match for a lot of people. But it didn't shock him. He starts to invite O'Reilly down to the ring, and O'Reilly makes his way down to the ring. Kyle goes to grab his belt, and Finn says that he doesn't need a trophy. He has the championship and the plates and his jaw to remind him. O'Reilly says that the trophy means a lot to him, but he doesn't need it. O'Reilly says that the award is a reminder that he fell short in the biggest match of his career. O'Reilly says that he leaves his respect for Finn at home next week, and he will bring the title home. Finn says that he will do everything to make Kyle suffer because he broke Finn's jaw, and he will make Kyle suffer. Finn and Kyle stare at each other down, and suddenly Scarlett starts speaking. She and Cross come out at the top of the ramp. She says that the title belongs to them, and it doesn't matter who wins next week. Suddenly, Damien Priest is behind carrying Cross. He sees him and stare at each other. Priest and Cross start trading blows. Priest picks up Cross and goes for the reckoning. Cross escapes. Priest kicks at Cross, but Cross picks him up and runs him into a steel pillar at ringside. Cross picks up Priest and runs him through a barricade at ringside, and they continue to brawl to the back. Cross and Priest continue to brawl at ringside. Cross picks up Priest for a Doomsday Saito's, but Priest looks like he reverses it into a crossbody onto Cross, sending them crashing through a table at ringside. Scarlett sits by and laughs at Priest and Cross. Both try to gather themselves as they go to commercial. So, anyways, back for commercial break, and Rhea Ripley talks about how her history with Miguel Gonzalez. She talks about her history with her, and she says how they used to be like sisters, and they even got matching R&R tattoos. And Raquel has changed. So she says that Raquel's ego got in the way of their friendship. It ultimately ends with a promo for their match next week. So they did used to be friends, which tells me that they also used to be a team in wrestling, in pro wrestling. Maybe we could see them maybe we could see them as a team. Or we could see both of them winning the women's tag team titles. Who knows? Anything can happen in WWE. Just gotta happen right. It just gotta be done right and not be done wrong. You know what I mean? They still need to unify the 24/7 women's tag team titles though, because WWE's not doing a good job with them. They done fucked them all up, and plus they don't even legitimately matter. Anyway, so we got a Lucha House Party versus Legado del Fantasma. So Legado del Fantasma are in the ring, and Santos Escobar talks about the year they had. Escobar says that he is in NXT to dominate, and that is what he has done. Escobar says that no one can touch him, and no one belongs in the ring with him, or Legado del Fantasma. Escobar says that their reign will continue into 2021. He starts to talk about their first order of business. Suddenly, Lucha House Party's music hits. Lance, Dorado, and Grand Metalik come out, and Lance and Metalik take out Rael Mendoza and Joaquin Wild. Now, first of all, I want to know what the hell is Lucha House Party doing at NXT, and why were they being sent to NXT? Why are they on the show? What are they doing there? What is their purpose of being there? I don't understand this. Aren't they supposed to be on the main roster? What is going on here? Are we starting to see a little superstar shakeup going on here? What is this, a three-way brand invitation thing now? Oh, boy. Things are changing in a hurry. Man, this company is getting more worse and worse as the days go by. As the days, weeks, and years go by, this company's starting to get worse. So, a referee says that he got word from Ringo making this a tag team match, Dorado and Metalik. And they hit dives onto Legado to the outside, and Vince Joseph tells us that their match will be right after a commercial break. So we got Lucha House Party versus Legado del Fantasma, which I've been saying the last 2-3 times. And it wasn't really a good match because it wasn't really long. It wasn't really that long. Yeah, it wasn't that long, man. So, Dorado was in the ring with Mendoza after commercial break. Mendoza charges at Dorado in the corner and tags in Wild. Wild also runs at Dorado in the corner and pins him for 2. Wild pushes Dorado into the corner. But Dorado hits a crossbody onto Wild. Metalik and Mendoza tag in. Metalik hits Mendoza with a reverse sling blade and a dropkick, pinning Mendoza for 2. Dorado tags in and he places Mendoza on the top turnbuckle. Metalik takes him down with a Hurricane Rana. And then Dorado hits a splash, pinning him for 2. Metalik takes Wild out on the outside. Dorado takes Mendoza down with a reverse Hurricane Rana. Metalik tags in and hits an elbow drop on Mendoza, pinning him for 3. Come to think of it, now I think I know why the Lucha House Party are back. Because Metalik stared down Santos Escobar, mentioning that he wants Escobar's title. No wonder. Look at that. Bingo. I knew I was overlooking something. I just didn't know what I was overlooking. I just didn't realize it was there. You know what I mean? Now, this segment in the match, I guess it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really that long. It wasn't really that long. Now, we all know that Escobar has been dishonoring Lucha Libre. So I guess it makes perfect sense for this to be the route this angle takes. But why? I'm guessing. I'm guessing the promo did seem to suggest built towards Jordan Devlin. I'm guessing, folks. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Metal Elite be defeated by, followed by a couple other Lucha Libre style forms before Devlin appears. Now, I don't know why I would think that the Lucha House Party would be there to stay, but I think something tells me that Lucha House Party are being sent back to NXT. I hate to break it up to you. I hate to spoiler you all, but I think that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately. So, William Regal now presents the Future Star of the Year award to Austin Theory. I know Fire Austin Theory. Hashtag Fire Austin Theory has got to be trending on Twitter. I know that's got to be trending somewhere. People are still calling Austin Theory a pedophile till this day. Even calling Felting Dream a pedophile. I mean, I really don't blame them. In those nudes photos, when they're covered up, you can't tell who's who. But a lot of people can, though. Smart people can. Obviously, the people that's not smart can't. But he accepts the award with the rest of the way. The way! The way! Oh, man. Why did they go with this name? Why did they go with this name? Why? It's a good, they're a good stable, but the name, I think it would have been better, still would have been better if they named it, if they would have named the stable TGW or the Gargano Way. TGW. Would have been a good name. TGW, it stands for the Gargano Way instead of the Way. Why would you want to put the Way when you should have put the Johnny D Gargano Way? Stable name D Gargano Way. Or Gargano Way. The stable name Gargano Way. I don't know, man. Something tells me it needs a better stable name than those I just named. Than those I just said, man. I feel like this is the way that I feel like this name is the way to go, though. I don't think there's no other names in particular that WWE would be able to come up with. So I kind of can't blame them for going with this name. I hate to have to agree. I kind of agree with this, with them going with this name, though. Because there's literally no other name that they couldn't find for this stable. So I guess you could say good on WWE's part for that. Sort of. But I think there are a tiny bit of names they could have came up with this. Gargano Way, I think, would have been better, though. Either the Gargano Way or Gargano Way would have been better. It sounds the same, but still. The Gargano Way, I think, would have been better, though. But I think the Way is pretty good, too. Still, this stable looks pretty good. They're doing good. Johnny Gargano, Candice Ray, they are doing great as always. They always do great. I'm a fan of Candice Ray's heel character still. She is one of my favorite NXT female talents. She's doing really great. I've been impressed with the Garganos ever since they turned heel. As a matter of fact, I've been impressed with their Garganos ever since their debut. Ever since their NXT debuts. I've been impressed with them all the way, man. Seriously. They've been doing wonderful, and they continue to do good with their heel characters. Damn, it's a shame they're doing more better with their heel characters than their face characters. So, anyways, Theory accepts his award with the rest of the way. Future Star of the Year. Candice says that he has to share his award with Indy. Theory says that Gargano will break his curse, but he breaks a mirror and walks under a ladder after previously seeing a black cat earlier. Gargano says that his match is up next after a commercial break. That's weird. That is quite strange there, but still good. It was still good. Wasn't bad. So this is the main event of NXT. We had Johnny Gargano versus Leon Ruff for the North American Champion, I'm guessing. I'm guessing the North American Champion was defended. That's what I'm guessing. If I'm right. I might be right. I don't know. But I don't think this was a North American Championship match, though. I don't think it was. I think this was just a match, you know. Guess it's just a match seemingly suggesting Johnny Gargano and Leon Ruff are continuing their feud, apparently. That's what this is telling us. Gotta be. At first, I didn't understand why Leon Ruff won the North American Championship, but now I'm starting to clearly understand why he won it. Because they wanted him feuding with Johnny Gargano. It's my guess. It's my full opinion. Guess as to why they wanted him to win the North American Championship. Guess they wanted him to give him a experience. I guess it was a sort of kind of shock moment thing. They wanted to shock the WWE universe, I guess, because they know that they are flumping in their ratings. They know that they are still not able to defeat AEW every Wednesday nights on the Wednesday Night Wars. I don't even know why they had Leon Ruff to win the North American title anyway. It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. I could see why, but it still didn't make sense. I could see why. I kind of could see why Robert Stone is not happy with the creative direction. I was hoping he was not happy with Vince and Bruce's creative direction. Maybe that's what. Maybe that's why he hasn't been on TV. Maybe that's why he's been off TV, because of Vince and Bruce. Robert Stone. And I'm guessing Robert Stone's next client is going to be Melina. I guess Melina is going to be on the NXT Women's roster. But why Melina on the NXT Women's roster? Guessing that's where that's going to go. I don't know. For him. I'm not sure. Yeah, Robert Stone has not been on TV for about maybe 1 or 2 months. He hasn't been happy with the creative direction, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I really don't. So, Leon Ruff versus Johnny Gargano. I'm sure nobody was interested in watching this match. Probably wasn't. Most people, I bet, were. Some people probably wasn't. But anyways, Gargano and Ruff tie up. Gargano takes Ruff down with a headlock. Ruff tries to escape with a head scissors, but he can't quite reach. So Gargano picks up Ruff with a waist lock, then escapes and tries to pin Gargano 3 separate times, getting a 2 count each time. Gargano rolls out of the ring to regroup. Austin Theory gets on the apron to distract Ruff. And Ruff fights back. He fights him off, and Gargano goes for a slingshot spear. But Ruff dodged. He dodges. He tries to roll up Gargano, but Gargano rolls through and gets a kick to the head from Ruff. Ruff pins Gargano into a corner, and Ruff charges in with a kick to the head. Ruff jumps to the middle rope, but Gargano gets to his feet and pushes Ruff off the ropes to the outside. Gargano lays Ruff against the apron and chops at his chest, then slams his face into the apron. Gargano tosses Ruff hard into a barricade on the outside. Gargano picks up Ruff and tries to toss him into the barricade again. But Ruff jumps to the steel steps, then to the side of the ring, catching Gargano. So then Ruff rolls Gargano back into the ring, and he is distracted by Austin Theory at ringside. Gargano kicks Ruff as Ruff tries to get back into the ring. Gargano sends Ruff back out of the ring and hits a dive onto him to the outside. They go on a commercial break. Back from commercial, and Gargano has Ruff in a headlock. He's in control in the ring. Ruff hits Gargano in the midsection, but Gargano hits a backbreaker on Ruff, breaking the hold. Gargano stands over Ruff, then picks him up and goes for a neckbreaker. Ruff counters and goes for a backslide. Gargano blocks, but Ruff hits him with a super kick. Ruff lays into Gargano with uppercuts and diving shoulder tackles. Ruff hits Gargano with a neckbreaker. Ruff picks up Gargano and hits him with a German suplex. Ruff hits a corkscrew cannonball onto Gargano in the corner, then pins him for 2. Gargano lays into Ruff with forearms. Ruff comes back with a clothesline, laying out Gargano. Gargano catches Ruff with a super kick and a lawn dart into the corner. Gargano hits Ruff with his DIY super kick, then pins Ruff for 2. Gargano drags Ruff to the outside of the ring to set up one final beat. Ruff catches Gargano with a enziguri and goes for a crucifix ball. Gargano blocks, hitting a powerbomb on Ruff, pinning him for 2. Gargano quickly catches Ruff with a Gargano escape. Ruff gets to the bottom rope to force a break. Gargano pushes Ruff out of the ring. Gargano picks up Ruff and tries to lawn dart him into a steel beam. Ruff dodges and hits a cutter on Gargano to the outside. Ruff tosses Gargano back into the ring and climbs to the top rope. Ruff hits a frog splash on Gargano, pinning him for 2. Ruff picks up Gargano and hits him on the top turnbuckle. Ruff joins Gargano, but Gargano picks up Ruff and drops him face first into the top turnbuckle. Gargano hits one final beat on Leon Ruff, pinning him for 3. Austin Theory, Andy Hartwell, and Candice Ray join him in the ring and celebrate with him. As NXT signs off the air, as it begins to sign off the air, Dasher Loomis is subtly standing above the announce table as we see illustrations for New Year's Evil. We see a rundown of the card. Santos Escobar defending the NXT Cruiserweight Championship against Grand Metal Elite. Raquel Gonzalez versus Rhea Ripley. Karrion Kross versus Damian Priest. Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa. And Finn Balor defending his title against Kyle O'Reilly. So that was the show. NXT goes off air with a close-up of Dexter Loomis's face. Now, my thoughts and answers on this match between Gargano and Leon Ruff. Now, this was an incredible main event that made me that made everybody bite at many occasions, I'm sure. So Leon Ruff is now a certified baller and can now move into new storylines as he continues to develop more and more. The way continues to be an absolute highlight for NXT. It's something I look forward to seeing each week on NXT. So, this was a good show. Hopefully we get another good NXT show next Wednesday night. So folks, this is gonna end your December. If you enjoyed the review, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Folks, I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm gonna be streaming Call of Duty this afternoon, so be sure you join me. I'm gonna be streaming it on YouTube, not Twitch, but YouTube. So I am getting the heck out of here because I am tired and I want some ice cream before I get into bed. So I'm going to get that out. So yeah. Thank you all for tuning in for my NXT review. Hope you all, each and every single one of you, have a good Thursday. And I will see you on my Friday night SmackDown review this Friday night. And also, I got 2 England Wrestling News videos dropping today. I might not be dropping them today. I might be dropping them tomorrow instead. So, if they don't drop today, I'll drop them tomorrow. If I don't get to do it today. So, you all have a good day. I'm out of here. Peace!